Alright, yes, so welcome to the session, and I hope all of you guys are doing good. So let's get started with today's session. So today we are going to discuss about Power BI, which is one of the very powerful data visualization software, and obviously we can do some of the editing as well on the data set. So this is the data set which we are going to use. It's a quite big data set where we have multiple tables coming into picture, where we have the calendar lookup, we have the customer lookup. So let me quickly open the files and let's see. In today's class, we'll be preparing this entire data, and quickly I'll show you that how we can create the charts in Power BI. So this is the calendar lookup where we have all the dates which are available in my data set. Then we have the customer lookup, which consists of all the customer information. What is the name of the customer, gender, and so on, so forth. All the demographic details about the customer. Then we have the product categories, where we have 4 categories where the business is going on. That is bikes, components, clothing, and accessories. We have product subcategories, which is again connected with the category key. So for example, if you see here, we have mountain bikes, road bikes, and touring bikes, which is having the category key. And that category is belonging to the bikes. Then we have the product table as well, which is going to give me the entire details about the product price, product cost. And based on that, you will be calculating your this thing, right? Then we have another table, which is sales table. Where we have the details, order date, stock date, order number, product key, customer key, territory key, order line item, and order quantity. Okay. Same way, if you see, we have the sales for 2021 as well. And same way, we have data for 2022 as well. The structure of the data is exactly the same. Right? So I have to combine this entire data set and I have to do the union, because we have to vertically combine these tables. And one more table which we have is territory lookup, which is talking about the territories. That is which territory the customer purchased the product from, right? And the last table which we have is the returns table, right? Which is basically talking about how the returns are happening based on territory key, product key, and how much return is the quantity. So now let's connect this data set with Power BI and let's see how it actually gonna work. So let's connect with, so if you see these files, right, which we have is all CSV files. So let me connect. We'll connect the calendar lookup. Now I'll be connecting other files as well. So we have around how many files? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Roughly 10 files are there, right? So let's connect that. All will be my CSV files. You can see here all the tables are coming in, right? So we connected the calendar, customer, product, all the three tables, sales 2020, 2021. Returns. And last is territory. Okay. So here you can see we have calendar, customer, product, three tables, sales, three tables, territory, and return. Now these three sales tables which we have is basically having the same structure. So we have to apply the union on this, right? We have to combine that and we have to apply the union on this. So I will be clicking on this transform data, right? I'll click on this transform data and you will see this page is coming up, which is known as Power Query. Power Query is a Microsoft inbuilt tool, which is available in the Excel as well. It is available in your Power BI as well, which is helping me to transform some of the data for me. My interest is what? My interest is to combine these three sales table into single table. So I'll have this option of append. I want to append as a new query. I click on that and I want to append three tables, right? Because we have three tables, so three or more tables. I'll remove this guy and I'll take these three tables and add it and click OK. You can see a new appended query coming in, which is the combination of all the three tables, right? It has all the data for 2020, 2021 and 2022. All the data will be there, right? I'll call this as sales. Okay. Now this sales table consists of all the 2021, 2022 and 2023 data. So these three tables I don't need anymore. So I don't want to load this table further. I'll just right click on this and I'll say enable load. I will just uncheck it, right? This also I will uncheck. And this also I will uncheck. And I have the sales table with me. Right? So that is the data preparation which we did. You can do all other preparation as well, like by clicking on the transform, right? Extracting the length, extracting the first characters and all. You can apply the lowercase, uppercase, all these basic transformation can be done. You can create a new columns, right? So all those things are pretty much possible. Now, once that is done, I'll close this Power Query. And once I close this Power Query, you can see that it is going to refresh. And here you can see that I have only single sales table coming in, which is basically nothing but your combination of 2020, 2021, and 2022. And then other tables are also there. Now I will be going to this. Here you can see that we have different views are there: report view, table view, model view. I'll go to the model view, and here you can see that the connections are established between some of the tables, right? Because all the table has certain common column. So you can just minimize and try to adjust the tables. So we are basically preparing the data before we create the visuals. Now let me expand. Okay. So here is my calendar table. Calendar table, I will need to connect with my order date. So I'll drag this date into the order date so that I can connect my table on the common column. So the connection between the calendar table and the sales table is happening. Same way, I'll be connecting this return date as well with my date column. So I'll drag this and drag it here as well, return date, to have that relationship also, right? Then we have this territory table. Now this table did not connect because here the column name was territory key. Here the column name was sales territory key. So I have to just drag it here to connect sales territory key with territory key, right? And now I think the entire relationship is ready. You can click and you can check it out, what relationship we have created. For example, here, the join is happening on the customer key column. Here, your join is happening on the product key column. Here, the join is happening on the product subcategory key column. Here, the join is happening on the product category key column, right? So the joins are happening fine. Here you can see this join happened on the product key column. And here I have to connect one more join, which is territory key with the sales territory key. So this also I need to join, because we are maintaining the returns based on the product and the territory. So that join is also done. So now this is my entire data model ready, where we have all the relevant information connected properly. Now I'll go back to my report view. So this was my entire preparation of the data, which we did. Now I want to analyze my overall sales and maybe profit, how the things are going on. Obviously, this is my different charts which I can create. So I'll be going ahead and I'll be first creating a new column, which is profit and sales. So here you can see we have sales where we have the order quantity, right? And in the products, there is a column called product price and product cost, right? So I'll be using that product price and product cost column. Product price multiplied by order quantity will be my total sales. And product price minus product cost multiplied by order quantity will be my profit. So I'll be going ahead and creating, I'll go to the table view, right? And I wanted to have my sales table. And here I wanted to create two new columns. One is the total sales and second is the total profit, which is nothing but the multiplication of the order quantity with the product price and the product cost. So I'll create a new column here. I can call that product price column directly here using the related function, right? Related function. Because there is a relationship between the sales table and the product table. So you can very well call this product price, and you can see that automatically product price is coming here, which is coming from the product table. It's now in the sales table. Now what I don't want the product price column directly. I want the multiplication of product price with the order quantity. So here I'll be saying total sales is equal to order quantity multiply by product price, right? So you can see that what happened. I multiplied the order quantity column, which is this column, with the products lookup table product price column using the related function. So that multiplication is done, which is giving me the total sales column. Same way, I'll be creating a new column, which is total profit. That is what? Order quantity multiply by, or let's do one thing. Let's first get the total product price and product cost, right? Product price is my related of product price, right? And this particular column, I want to subtract with related of product cost. Whatever subtraction you are doing here between product price and product cost, I will be multiplying this with order quantity, right? And this is gonna be my total profit. So here you can see that my total profit is coming in. So now if you see here, total profit and total sales, both the columns are present in my sales because we created that. So we have the total profit, total sales coming in, right? Now my entire data is ready. Where I wanted my sales, I wanted my profit, and based on that, I can do the analysis. Now this is the place where we can create the reports, where we can add the company logo, we can add the different charts here, which you can see. And we'll analyze that, right? So let's say I want to add few KPIs. One KPI can be, let's say, what is the total sales? So here, if I click on this drop down, here you can see the total sales coming in. And here you can see there is a KPI card is there. I click on this KPI card, you got this thing, and I click on the sales, or you can actually use this card, this one card, and use the total sales. And here you can see that my total sales coming in. So this particular card will help me to get the KPI numbers, the numbers of sales, profits, and all, right? For example, I'm adding one more card and adding the profit. Same way, I want to know how many orders are there. So based on the order number, I can get the count distinct of the order number, right? I can create a new measure. So here you can see that there is a new measure column coming in. I can say total orders is count distinct of your order number. So here you can see the total order coming in. and I can very well click on this card again and click on the total orders. So you got the total orders as well. So measures we are using for aggregating the value, right? So it is going to give me the total orders and give me the output here. Now we can adjust this. Maybe I can for now remove these numbers. We got these numbers, and I'll first go ahead and add some shapes out here. Here you can align. Now I'll be clicking on this card and I'll add my total sales. And I can put it above this, right? I can obviously change the color here. So these are the shapes which we have. So we can go to the shape style and we can change the color. We can change the border as well. Now here you can see it's a white background. So you can just go to the formatting and you can go to multi-card layout. You can just make your background empty. You'll get multiple options of background. So you can just make all as disable. In general, also there will be an option of background somewhere we'll see. Right, so you can see I disable all my background and you can see this is coming fine. There are one thin white line coming in that you can also change if you want to. The border is off, so that thin line is gone. And you can go to the formatting again and data format. You can make it as a currency and make it 0 decimal or 1 decimal places, right? You can again align it to center and all those things are possible. So you can do at one go for this particular card. So a lot of options are here. We can just explore like what all options are available, and based on that you can play around. You can see here a lot of options are available. These are the options. In visual also, you will see multiple options. Here you can see alignment, center aligned, right? So this cell is ready. This card is ready. Now I did all the formatting here. I'll just copy this and have one more copy of it. But I don't want total sales here. I want the total profit there. The only thing is I want to convert this to currency as well. So go to the data and make this as a currency with a 1 decimal places. And the last is this one. I'll again copy this and put it here. And I'll add total order. that is coming in, right? So these are my KPIs, which are basically talking about total sales, total profit, and total orders. Now, next chart which I want to create is a line chart, right? I want to see how my entire trend is over the period of time. So we have this date field available. I'll click on this date hierarchy. And let's say I want to know how the sales is over the period of time. Here you can see we have an option of going at a lower level, right? So we are at the month level. And when I click, it is gonna give me at the date level, right? So you can go at any level. So now we are at the month level. Again, I'll go to the format. And here you can do the formatting. Or if you want to change the color of this line, you can go and do that. Again, a lot of options are available here. In visuals, x-axis, you can set the y-axis, right? Grid lines, if you want to add some grid lines, color of a line, right? So all those options are there. Let's say we'll go with bit darker gray. Okay. Now let's say I want to create a bar chart where I wanted to see what is the total sales by categories. Because we have to create an executive dashboard where we want to put all the details as much as we can put it. Obviously not overwhelming my end user, but whatever relevant information which I can share. So in the product categories, I can add category name. And here you can see the category name coming in and corresponding sales coming in. Here you can see straight away the sales for bike is quite high because it's a high value ticket, right? The bike's cost is higher than all the accessories and clothing. So that's the reason this bar is coming bigger. Again, I can go and I can go to the bar color. I can change the color to a specific color. If you want to change the color based on the sales, if the sales is more, I want a darker gray. If I want sales is less, I want a lighter gray. For that, I can click on FX. And here I'll just make sure that I want a lighter gray and the darker gray. And click OK. So now here you can see that we have a darker gray coming in and lighter gray coming in. And based on that, the output is coming in, right? Here you have the legend as well. You can play around with the legend and you can switch off, switch on the legend as well. You can change the position of the legend. I want at the bottom right. I want at the center or something like that, right? I normally close it. So that is my chart, which is coming in. Which is your bar chart. I can adjust this. Maybe I can put this a bit below here. Now I want to create one table which will give me the top 10 products with the highest sales, right? So here you can see that there is a table option available, which I can click on. And here you can see the table coming in. I'll put it the table here. And I'll put my product name. I want my total sales. Let's say I want my total orders as well, right? So this is the table coming in. But what is my interest? My interest is that I want to go ahead and I want to pick the top 10 products with the highest sales which we have. So I'll go to the filter Here you can see the product name, basic filtering. I want the top N. Top N based on what? Top N based on the total sales. Right? Top N based on the total sales. And I apply the filter. So once I do that, you can see I get this entire top 10 products with the highest sales. I can color code this total order as well based on if the order is less, I want it as a lighter color. If the order is more, I want it as a darker color, right? So I click on this table, format. So here you can see, again, a lot of options. You will find it here. Effects, background, visual order, right? Values, option. So you can see a lot of options are available. We are interested in this cell element. I want the background color, font color, icon, web URL, right? So I am interested in background color for my total orders. And I want a gradient color, right? If the order is lesser, I want to make it as a darker red. And if the order is more, then I'll make it as a lighter red. So you can see based on the lowest, right? 179 is the lowest. So that is coming in a lighter color. But this color is happening in the product name. I actually want the color to happen in the total order, not in the product name. So I'll again switch it off. I click on this drop down and click on total orders. And here I'll want a background color. Click on the color and I want this to be darker red and lighter red. So when you are having a lighter red, then you have more orders. Darker red means less orders, right? So that is the table coming in, which we have. Now I want to add some more chart. Let's say I want to understand what is the total sales by region, right? So here you can see we have a donut chart coming in. And from my territory table, I can get my region and I can get my total sales. So this is giving me the total sales by individual region. You can again change the colors and all. From here, you can add the legends, right? Your slices, colors, right? You can play around with this. So this is my chart coming in, which we have. Now I want to apply certain filters as well. I want to analyze this data. I want to have some filters which I can put in my chart. So let's have some space out here. And let's have this space where I can have the filters. So here you can see there is an option of slicer. I click on that. You see the slicer option coming in. Let's say I want to apply the slicer on the order date, right? Or I can say my calendar date. So here you can see we got the year. So if I click on 2021, it is only going to give me 2021. All the charts are changing. If you focus on individual chart, all the charts are changing. So here you can add a slicer setting. You want a vertical list, you want a drop down, right? All those options are available. If you are choosing a drop down, then you can have a drop down and you can choose the value. Then we have selection. You want a single select, then you can only choose one value at a time. You cannot choose multiple values. Multi-select, show all. Show all means if all the years if you want to select, you can click on show all. All the years will be coming in. So that is your year slicer, which is focusing on the year. You can obviously change the title and all of your slicer. From here, I can say select year. So here you can see that my title changed. Here you can see when I click on this drop down, it's giving me an option of choosing the quarters and all. So all those options are available. Then we have another slicer. We'll add it another slicer, which is, let's say, focusing on the category, right? Which category you are looking for. So this way we can add the slicers and maybe one more slicer based on the region. We can obviously make it more cleaner as well. The main idea is for this session is to give you the options which are available, right? Not to show you the clean type of dashboard, but just the options which we have, right? And then we can finally add the company's logo, right? So you can go to the insert the image, and then you can choose your image. This is my company's logo, which I can put it at the top. Okay. So that is done. Now I'll show you one dashboard which I created so that you can see that we can actually create a nice dashboards. So it's on the same data set. The executive dashboard is there. We can add this type of customized filter as well. If you see here, if I click on this control, automatically the pop-up coming in. If I press control this arrow, it will go off. I can navigate to the pages also. Suppose I am pressing control this, so it is going to the same chart. If I pressing this, it's going in the map view. If I'm pressing this, it is going to the product level chart and so on, so forth, customer level, and all those things we can do. It come back to the executive dashboard, right? So here you can see a lot of interactivity coming in. And visually also it is looking pretty much fine. If you hover on this, you can see all these tool tips. If you hover on this, you can see there are some customized tool tips also coming in. This type of customized tool tips also we can create. For example, let's say I am here and I wanted a customized tooltip here, right, in this particular chart. So I click on this plus sign. In the page information, I'll say allow use as tooltip. So here you can see this is becoming a smaller size. And let's say I'm creating one normal donut chart and adding the country and sales. Let's assume this is the chart, right? Now I want this to be a tooltip in this chart, for example. So here, if you see in the tooltip, report page, which page you want, page 2 I want as a tooltip. So now when I hover on this, you can see that I am getting that as a tooltip, right? So we can create a customized tooltip as well. As of now, I just created a single donut chart. Let's say I make it 2, 3 charts. Let me delete this. Let me have a card which is talking about the total sales. This is my first chart. And I have a bar chart which is talking about your maybe region and sales, right? Or maybe something else. Maybe I can use year, maybe, right? Let's take year. Year and sales, right? There's 2 charts. Now, if I go here, you can see that when I'm hovering on this, I'll be getting both the charts. So it's talking about bikes and how the sales is over the period of time. Then we have for the accessories and for the clothing as well. Okay. So this way we can create. So this again, this takes a lot of time. You have to put a lot of efforts on proper designing. So that is a time consuming process, but I gave you the idea, right? How you can connect and get your customized tooltips. Same way you can create for various other domains as well, like how the customer information is, how many customer over the period of time, right? So as of now, this is an executive dashboard. Then you can create your maybe customer level dashboard. Right? Where you can have all the customer details. Okay. So this way you can analyze and get the entire information. Any doubts you guys have, let me know. Drill down we can do from here. You can click at the different levels and the output will be coming in. Okay. Any doubts, any queries you can ask. This is the basic idea. Again, it's a big subject. And we can do a lot of stuffs with this. For TDML and all, I don't have access as of now. I'm using the free version here. Color on the values. AI component is available, yes. Here there is an option of Copilot is there, but again, for that we have to go with the paid version. Color on the values, again, you can go here and the same thing, right? The way we put the color, you can go to the settings and the way we added the color, give me a second, based on the logic, right? So that is what we have to pass. Specific column, I guess. Second cell element, yeah. Font color, right? So I want to change the font color on the total sales. You can see color got changed and you can define based on that. So here you can see a lot of options are available, right? So a lot of options are available. You can explore these options. Multiple options are available, which you can play around with, and your editing and formatting of the charts will happen from here. To link the pages, there is a button option. So if you go here, there is a button option. So for example, I'll have my a shape first, and I'll have a button. Okay. Let's say I'll take two buttons. One is a left button. You can use some customized buttons as well, right? As of now, I'm just using the basic buttons which we have. And second is maybe, if you want a customized button, you can click on the blank and you can take the icon from here, right? So if you click on the blank shape, here there is an option coming in. Custom, browse. You can take any shape, let's say filter shape, right? So this shape is coming in. So you can use a blank button and then you can go to the option here. Again, there are a lot of options here, right? Sometimes it is confusing, but here there is an option coming in which will give you the shape. Anyway, so let's do that. So I'll be going ahead and I want this guy. Action. I want to do a page navigation, right? And if I click on this filter icon, I want to go to the customer dashboard, for example. Same way, if I click on this arrow icon, I want to go to the executive dashboard. Okay. Now I'll select these three shapes. And I'll group it. Now I'll take this group, Control C. I'll put it here and I'll put it here. Okay. Now, when I press Control and filter, you can see I'm going in the customer dashboard. If I press Control and this arrow, I'll go back to the executive dashboard. So this is how we can do the navigation with the help of buttons by adding the action as a page navigation. I created that first in this page one so that I can set the page properly, right? This guy should go to the customer dashboard. This guy should go to the executive dashboard. So we have to set that properly first. Okay. All right. Any other doubts? Let me know. For SharePoint, there is again an option data available. You can connect to the data. There is an option of connecting with the SharePoint. And as and when the data will change, my data will be coming in. You can refresh that. There is an option of refresh here. Refresh, and that will help me to refresh. Any doubts? Any other queries? Let me know. How do you filter to use in different link dashboards? So here, if you go, there are multiple options. Filter on this page, filter on all pages. So if you want to create a filter which will applicable for all the pages, you apply filters here. Just drag it. For example, I'm dragging the model name in the filter. So now this model name filter will be available in this page also and in this page also, all the pages. Okay. So I think this is what I wanted to cover. I hope you got something new from here. Any doubts? Still, we have 2-3 minutes. When I try to use color effect in FX, it's asking to enter the value for a minimum and maximum value. You have to change that. So in the filter, when you are going with this, right, and doing the setting for this one, font color, right, FX. Here you have to, I think you are choosing by default the rules. You have to change it to the gradient. Multiple options are there, field value, rules, and gradient. Based on that, you can change that. All right. How will you get the Azure cost optimization? I am not having that understanding about Azure. This session is more on the Power BI. How will I do the cost optimization with Azure in Power BI or Power BI in Azure? That I need to explore as well from my side. What is the opinion between Tableau and Power BI? See, earlier Tableau was better in the market, but now Power BI is taking uh, ahead of Tableau. Both are neck to neck, but there is more edge on Power BI, and it's pretty much I can say now that Power BI is dominating a bit as compared to Tableau. We can connect multiple sources. Yes, you can just add more source. For example, I want to connect to the MySQL database. So I can connect that MySQL database. And once I connect to the MySQL database, after that, I can connect my Excel file with the MySQL database as well. Right. So all those connectivity is not a challenge. You can connect to multiple data sources and then you can interlink those data sources. All right, so have a nice day. We'll see you in the next class. Till then, take care.